Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. So here I am continuing with my talking about what I learned from the um uh, Love is Blind series. Now, one thing that I kind of wanted to mention, and this is what this session is going to be about, is the mental health aspect. So so I mean, the most obvious person to talk about would be Danielle. So the relationship between Nick and Danielle, personally, I think that is just a wrong match. I think they're going to make it, but I think they're going to make it for the wrong reasons. I think they're going to make it because Nick is scared of divorce and he does not want to fail, so he will hold on to that marriage no matter what it takes. And I know this sounds a bit talking from both sides of my mouth, but I feel like that is actually what Danielle needs. So, for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, so Danielle is the woman, and she has such issues. She totally does not believe that she has any. She has serious self-esteem issues. She believes that everybody's better than her. She believes that every man she's with is always looking for somebody else. She is totally she doesn't think she's worth it. And well, she used to be quite big. She lost a lot of weight, and she gets into this panic attacks, like real serious panic attacks. When they went on their honeymoon, she got sick. She had a stomach bug. So when they were having the first face-to-face reunion with the others, so how Love is Blind works is they go in pods. They meet whoever they're meeting, so you don't know what the other people look like except the person that you have eventually proposed to. So this was the first time that they were going to be seeing everybody. So Nick went because, well, he was not sick, and Danielle stayed in the room vomiting. When Nick came back, he was really excited. I find Nick a troublemaker, honestly, I do. He kept poking people. Like at that event, he went to poke Jared to tell him to go and talk to Mallory, who he knew that Jared kind of had a thing for Mallory. He had chosen Yana because Mallory had said no, and so basically he kind of decided, let me poke this one. Um, anyway, so he's a troublemaker, that one. Um, but he came back really excited about what was happening, and he's like, oh yeah, so this happened, and this person did this, and this person did that, and she's just looking at him like, mm-hmm. Then he was like, so what have I done? I mean, what's wrong with it? Then she's like, you don't know how it fails. Then she's like, what how does what fail? And then she just got into this rant about how she was crying the whole night and he doesn't care, and she was worried that he's never coming back and that he's going to change his mind and all that. And the guy was like, I just told you that I had fun. I don't know where all these extra event issues are coming from. And it was really interesting how he kept trying to calm it down, but she just kept going higher and higher. And I totally understand that dynamic because I do that a lot. And I know I hate on Danielle a lot, but I swear I'm like her. I totally am like her. She she just kept going higher and higher in her. No, you don't care. You don't. And the guy's like, what did I do? And every single thing she was turning it against him. And it's not what he has done, it's what she thinks, what she has judged from whatever he has said that he has done. And it just went, it kept going on and going on and going on. Eventually they walked to different rooms and stuff like that, and it was bad. And then the relationship continued in the real world, and when they went to visit her parents, um I must mention also there's quite an age difference between the two. So in the entire group, Nick was the oldest guy, and Danielle, she's still, in her partying years. So she's in her 20s and still partying and all that, and she's just, yeah, the kind of people. There was this funny joke that kept going around about how her furniture was all broken because her friends that like dancing on tables, and Nick was like, okay, how is this going to happen? Anyway, so they had issues because one, she's still young, she still likes to go out, and Nick was like, okay, so if you go out every single evening, that every weekend, when do we have time for us? We need to have time for us. And she read that you cannot have friends. And then they got into a fight about that. And then, well, he had had a bad day. The day he was supposed to go visit her parents, he had had a horrible day at work, and things were just bad and fine. And so she was talking to him, and she was telling him, yeah, okay, so he's there with the parents and stuff like that. Um, the mother actually mentioned something which was great. She said that you tend to push people away when you need them the most, because the mother also seems to have the same emotional issues as she does. And that's exactly what she did. They left there, and she did exactly what her mom had said that she does. She went, and they got into this fight over the fact that he had a bad day at work. And she's like, it was supposed to be about me. You were supposed to be visiting my parents. And the guy's like, yeah, but I had a horrible day at work. Not everything has to be about you. And she took that statement, just that part. Sometimes life happens, and I know, guilty, because I'm not even going to lie, because turns out that some of my people watch these videos. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't do that. I do. And it's very hard. People like me and Daniel in this case are very hard to deal with, because everything is about us. When we decide that today is my day, anything that happens outside of what we have decided this is our day is planned to destroy our day. Like this person, I'm telling you, I take things so personally that I remember one time my friend told me, what would happen if you gave birth to a baby on the same day as your birthday? And I hate to say this, but I was like, oh God, I would never love that baby. I would feel like the baby came out deliberately to steal my panda. Anyway, so Danielle said the same. Danielle basically, for her, he met, and by the way, he was okay. Her mother loved him, and it was great. And when they had met Nick's family were like, yeah, we know that you think that divorce is a bad thing. So we are wondering, are you really just getting married? Are you sure about getting married? Because, things happen, and if we just want to make sure that you understand that, we didn't set out to get divorced, but it happened. Anyway, so basically what I'm trying to say in all this is, they are not my idea of a perfect couple. And to be honest, I think outside of the experiment, they would never have gotten as far as they got. But I think that I actually learned that is the kind of person that someone like Danielle needs. She needs the kind of person who goes like, okay, fine, you're right. I know it sounds really bad, because then you're enabling the person. But you know what? The kind of person that Danielle is, she's not going to reason. She is not going to take it as reasoning. And the funny thing is, after she's done all that ranting and he's backed off and backed off and backed off, she's the one who comes back and she's like, well, I guess you did have a point. A little bit of a point, but I guess you did have a point. But if you keep pushing, then the person keeps feeling like they have to defend themselves, and it just becomes, it blows up. And that is what Nick kept doing. He just kept telling her, okay, fine, you're wrong, I'm right, you're doing this too much. And then I think he reaches somewhere. And I think this is also a sign of him just being older, as much as he's also a troublemaker. But I think just him being older, he kept going like, okay, fine, this is not what I'm saying, but that is how you've understood it. You're wrong. I know you're wrong. We're not having this conversation anymore. we're just going to keep quiet. And then she continues to rant, and he just moves on, and then she stops. So that seemed to work. And if they're still, if, I think they're still together according to the online stuff, and on Instagram they're still together. So I think the marriage can actually work if Nick continues being like that. But I feel the other reason why Nick is like that is because he is determined not to get divorced. I think someone told me that that the reason why, I don't know where the statistics for this is, because some people say that if you have a prenup, you will definitely use it because you're getting into the marriage with the idea that it will end. And someone else also said that people who have prenups never get to use it because you have everything to lose, so you work hard for your marriage. Anyway, I don't know which one is right, but for me, I think when you get into a marriage, because it's a lifelong thing, when you get into a marriage, as much as I am someone who thinks plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D is perfect, I think when you get into a marriage, get into it with one mind. Just go like, you know what? I am in this until I'm not. So, I'm in it. And when you don't have a plan B, I feel like then you actually do feel like, and this is just me, I'm not a marriage counselor, I know nothing about this stuff, but I just think that it does make you want to work it out more. So I think Nick went into it with, I am not getting divorced. I saw what this did to me when my parents divorced, and I am not putting my children through that. I am not getting divorced. And I feel like that is part of the reason why he's putting up with every single thing. And I think it would take Danielle deciding that I don't want you and divorcing him, of which I don't think Danielle will do that. For which reason? She also knows that there's no other man. She's probably dated a lot of men, and she knows very well that no other man is going to put up with her like that. So she also will stay just because of that. Unfortunately, I don't think that those are good reasons for staying together, but it's better than being alone. Okay, people. So let me know if you think that every reason for marriage is a good reason. I think so. I feel I know it's great to have your soulmate, but if you have so many issues that your soulmate is not happening, sometimes find a good reason for staying together and stay together. Okay? Have a lovely day. Bye bye.